Hello, Jay.
Oh, hello, Asha.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Are you, what are you doing? What are you up to?
I'm just travelling the world, you know.
Oh, where? Where are you?
South America at the moment.
Me too.
Oh, funny. Oh, hello there.
Hi. I'm Asha and this is Jay and we're in South America. We thought today we would just give you some tips on how to travel this part of the world with...
How to be waste-free while you're travelling.
First, you've got to be very smart about what you're going to pack. The more you pack and more prepared you are, the less you're going to have to buy while you're over there.
Now, we're travelling quite light. We're only travelling with two 40-litre backpacks, which are basically almost like school backpacks, and a small bag just for some training gear because we like to train outside as well. But we're travelling quite light and we've still managed to bring quite a lot of stuff with us. We have these everywhere.
Coffee cups,
should be using these already.
Cups of everything. You can get sugar cane juice or whatever you want. A filter water bottle is king when you are travelling in a developing country or a country where you're not too sure about what the water is going to be, because the small amount of plastic that comes in this for the very first time is going to save hundreds and hundreds of bottles. These ones are filter pure and they filter out 99.9999% of contaminants and viruses and everything. So we've been travelling and filling these up in sinks and just drinking the water everywhere we've been so far. But not salt water. Still can't drink salt water. We've each got one of these. My mum bought them. So this one, you can bring any Tupperware, but metal is cool when you're travelling because it's easier to clean than plastic. And then if you end up eating some random weird meal off the street, and then it won't smell like that same meal for the rest of your trip. So this one's got two.
So you feel like more of a traveller.
Yeah, because this is you can
Cook
put
it
this on the stove.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Thanks, Mum.
Now, it might seem like a lot of these container types, whether it's coffee cups, water bottles, containers or Tupperware, might seem like they take up a lot of space in your luggage, but we just pack all the stuff we don't want broken inside when we're traveling, so it actually adds no more space and very little weight.
Just fill it with your undies. We have these keep leaves, but this is just like a gimmicky eco thing that you get from one of those fancy eco stores. You don't need it, but they're great for like, it's kind of washable side, or you can just bring like a beeswax wrap or whatever, one of those things that are always handy.
Whenever you're buying treats and random little bits and pieces of street food and things like that.
This cutlery is actually compostable, which is really cool, but you can just bring whatever you want. But just be mindful that they like to steal your forks in the airports, so this one's good because it doesn't hurt. Just tell me if this hurts. Did you feel that?
What? Oh!
It's good. What else? Oh, I've got a couple of little calico bags with me, which are now full of strawberries that we got from the market. So these are always good for like big market shopping, but we'll get into that in a second. Oh, and we have this, which they gave us for our special vegan meals on the plane. You can't escape plastic on the plane, and I have tried many times. You may be able to cancel your meal beforehand, but they're still probably going to pack something on the plane for you, and then you're going to have it anyway. And
so don't use the cutlery. Don't
use the cutlery. But the
drinks.
few things that they have, you can reuse it. This is 3 months in, and it's still going strong. What are you doing there, Jay?
Just to taste a little snack.
So we borrowed one of our friend's jars that we met here after they were finished, and we filled it with peanut butter that we found at the markets. The lady used her hands to put it
Find the
in.
local markets everywhere you go.
Yeah.
There's always fresh fruit and veg markets.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have grains, oils, beans, lentils,
cacao,
paste. Ooh, cacao.
Yeah, we found, actually, it will depend on which city you're in. Some places we've kind of had to live on vegetables and bread and avocado for like 2 weeks straight because we haven't found any like bulk grains or anything like that. So yeah, you got to be adaptable and just know that everything is just temporary. And if you eat sweet potatoes for 2 weeks, then you eat that. In terms of toiletries, I thought it was going to be really tricky because we're going away for so long, and I make all of the toiletries that we use.
5 months we're away for.
5 months, but I think we have managed to do it quite successfully. So just using like old containers that I've collected at home, I filled up things with like beard oil and moisturizers, and I just made a whole heap before we came. Or if you've got stuff at home, just make sure you bring enough. And again, like with stuff that goes in your body, it shouldn't be anything that you can't actually ingest. So if you run out, there's always like a very simple and natural option, just like olive oil for moisturizer, or lemon for hair conditioner, which is what we've been using pretty much the whole time. Just squeeze a lemon on your head, it's pretty good. This is sunscreen, and that's a lot because last time I didn't make enough and we're in Fiji and we got burnt. I found these little containers on a plane, and I filled them with toothpaste, so I just brought heaps of toothpaste powder. I'll give you a recipe to toothpaste powder, and then I've just been like adding oil every now and then, so you don't have to bring so much. It's easy to travel with. For deodorant and stuff, you can just bring like a little crystal or whatever you like to use.
If you need it.
If you want it, if you need it, if you stink. Toothbrush, classic, bamboo. You can get bamboo cases so that you can travel with it, which is really cool. Because we use mostly oils and stuff for our moisturizer, so I just found some sturdy plastic containers. We were going to travel with glass, but
Too heavy, too dangerous, it can break.
yeah,
It's the last thing you need in your bag.
baggage handlers like.
Yeah, these are lighter, they absorb a little bit of impact in your luggage.
So just
They're easy.
ask your friends or save them if you drink chlorophyll. It's the same thing. We have some chloroform, some for conditioner. But yeah, if this stuff runs out, like we're quite ready to be able to like find oil somewhere else. And you don't need to bring soap if you've got one of these like microfiber cleaning cloths. This one's Norwex and it's actually got silver woven in to the thing. And there's always like soap without plastic that you can find on the way, so it's really easy. Another thing that's really important to bring with you / learn how to do is needle and thread, because this saves you all the time. It's not fun when you have a bag that's half ripping and you're halfway through your trip.
Plastic bags, we obviously don't want to use those, so just bringing a bag, a cloth bag of some description that you can just take around with you wherever you go, because you're not always going to have a backpack. Most of the time we do have a little day pack. It'll have our drink bottles and a couple of things in there and whatever you need for the day. And yeah, just have like a little cloth bag if you don't have that. You can just chuck it in your pocket or whatever. Anytime you see fruit and veg, because you'll see all the time, there's always markets, there's people on the street selling, depending on what country you're in. If you ever see fruit and veg that you like, just buy it. Even if you're not hungry, just buy it straight away, because you don't want to get hungry and then get caught thinking, oh, I want that, but it's in packaging for snacks, for meals, for whatever.
Yeah, so we've pretty much hardly been to supermarkets, and that's where you're going to get stung with plastic. So always, as soon as you get to a city, like ask around where are the markets and find out the word for market, because a lot of people think that it's a supermarket, so they'll direct you to some horrendous fluoride plastic dungeon. Learn the words for the things that you do or don't want. No plastic, no straw, no bag, and just simple things like that, especially dietary requirements and stuff like that. We've only had a couple of plastic instances. One of them was tiny little straws in black coffee. So we learnt pretty quickly that you have to ask for no straw with your coffee.
Hang around when people are making things for you.
Yeah.
We've caught a lot of things before they've been put into our food, or sometimes your burrito is going to get wrapped up in alfoil, or your fries are on some plastic sheet for no reason. So we found it really valuable to either, if you've just ordered something and you're going to grab it and move away, just keep an eye on what they're doing while they're doing it. Or if you're sitting down to a meal and you're not quite sure if it's kind of street restaurant, while you're waiting for it to get ready, just have a sneaky peek in the kitchen as you're walking past to the bathroom or something.
Also, in a lot of developing countries, the concept of being environmental and having environmental daily practices isn't really a thing, so they get really confused sometimes when you ask for no bag or no fork or no something. So sometimes it's good to show it to them, like, oh, no fork, and show them yours so they understand. And also another great thing that I've been doing recently is like saying for the environment.
Basically, don't make any assumptions. in the first instance, and just keep an eye on exactly how everything works and the processes that are being used, and then eventually you kind of develop the tools. But there's going to be times when you're just like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Eating takeout or off the street, so bring something to eat with and eat on. I also brought like little coconut husk like scourers and stuff if you're staying in hostels and they've got meat all over the other ones. Couple carry bags and a carry bag to bring with you. All of the toiletries you got to possibly think you might want to need. Something to repair things, sewing, any medication, like if you take headache tablets or whatever, it's good to, if you've got some already, bring it with you. Yeah, but you know, with medication, plastic's going to happen if you need it, such as if you get a parasite, you just need the plastic sometimes.
And if you do a bit of research on where you're going before you get there. If you're arriving anywhere close to the weekend on a Friday or a Saturday, farmers markets are usually on Saturdays and Sundays, right? So you might find that you're arriving on a Sunday. You might be able to get an earlier bus, get in early enough to actually get down to the markets, because the markets are a brilliant place culturally, you know, and you can also stock up for the week or for a few days. A lot of people can't believe that. How are you being waste free while you're traveling? Because most travelers will have packets of chips and drinks and things while they're on buses, etc., etc. We've just got our water bottles and we've got a bunch of fruit and veg. We'll cook a bunch of food the night before we know we're getting on a night bus, or the day before, and we'll just be eating that, and most people end up being really jealous of the food you've got. It's actually really easy, it's way healthier, and it's actually way cheaper. Knowing what you're eating and still looking after the environment, there's no better way to still have a nice clear conscience when you're walking around another country. So, happy travels.
And hopefully we'll see you over here. You want to come?
Just let us know.